Hey, let's look at something for Marvel Legends Monday, or Marvel Monday. This was only $5 from Walmart, and they shipped it separately. I put stuff in my cart that I know I won't buy by itself, but if I ever need that extra push to get it over that $35 hump to get free shipping, I'll just throw it, like, you save for later. This was one of those things. Now, I didn't even need to this time, but I was like, for $5, I better get it now because I'm going to regret it later when it goes out. Like a lot of things in my cart, eventually they no longer for sale or no longer available. This was still available, which was a big shock. I mean, I don't buy that often from Walmart online, but there's some things I can't get in my tiny little store. So we have on the box, it shows Star-Lord with the extra hands and a scabbard. There's no Build-A-Figure part that I can see on this box. Star-Lord from this era, this is the era that I would have read him back in the 70s. I only had one comic book with Star-Lord in it. I think it was a Marvel Premieres. I just remember those naked people in it. I thought that was kind of weird when I was a kid. I think he was talking about, and the reason it was naked people, I asked my dad, I was like, why are these people naked? Like they didn't show the part. Anyway, they had leaves and stuff. He was trying to tell me, well, this is like the story of Adam and Eve in the Bible. And I was like, oh, okay. Because here in the South, we get enough of the Bible that we at least know. We know about this stuff. Even if some people don't believe, they hear about it. There's no way not to. All right, let's get it out of the package. And let's see what we got here. All right, and it is in the awful 6-inch size. That's another reason, like, 6-inch. But I'm just going to have to accept it. I mean, there's like something. This particular figure, I'm sure there is I'm pretty sure I remember seeing something similar to this, and it may have been from the comic books. Oh, there's a gun too. Oh, they didn't show that on the side, but they do show it in his hand on the picture. And he's got 2 hands. So if you want to say give somebody a hand, don't give him a hand. He already has 2 extra ones. I like how they come in toilet paper. This can come in handy on a day I have some. I forget to go to the store. All right, so he's got a bearing, not a ball bearing. What's it called? Oh, well, maybe he doesn't. I thought he had a dumbbell neck, but he has a rotation up and down. Oh my gosh, you can definitely see his feet. Then he can rotate back, so he's flying, which is good for this figure. Looks a little awkward though. He's got butterfly joints for the arms. All right, so we got a lot of articulation on this thing. You might be thinking, well, that's how 6-inchers are. That's why we like them better than those 4-inch ones. Like, I guarantee you some of these Fortnite figures can put this thing to shame. He may have those butterfly joints, but I don't know. It's something about 4 inches just much better. The 3 3/4 inches. What I just hate saying 3 3/4. So, yeah, he can bend back on his waist right there. And sometimes there's overkill of articulation. We got double jointed knees, no pins in them. That's like a huge thing these days. I watch Robo. Even though I don't collect 6-inch, I still like something about Robo. He just reminds me of somebody. Robo don't know. Oh my gosh, these knees are tight. Now these knees look nasty. That is not how a knee looks when you bend it. I feel like they could have done a better job on the knees, but most knees are like that too, that people make, not real knees, of course. He's got a thigh swivel. He's got that ball crotch that. Oh, let's see. Can he sit down proper like a gentleman does? Well, he does, but he's got to do some men spreading because of that V on the ball crotch part. But then again, it's over. You can compensate for that when you sit him down by putting his thigh swivel. Oh my gosh, these knees are so tight. It's like I feel like I'm gonna break his leg off, which is, gosh, with me, it's altogether possible. Yeah, gee Louise, has anybody else gotten this figure and had the same issue? I hope he doesn't stay that tight, but I hope he doesn't get loose. I mean, I just hope he gets bearable. All right. Okay, I like how they did the gold on the feet. Like, in other words, it's not painted, and it's a different piece altogether. It's always a welcome thing. All right, so his gun. That is a nice looking gun. Reminds me of Sectars for some reason. No paint on the gun whatsoever. I do like that he has a holster, but will it fit? There we go. There it fits. All right. Evidently he's left-handed because it even shows in the picture to put it in his left hand, but it's on his right hip. Where does the sword go then? There's no place for the sword. I don't remember him having a sword in the comic book, but then again, I don't remember anything about him other than I think he had a jetpack on the one I had. Evidently that's not a good one for his sword. There's a gun hand, you can tell with the fingers. And there's the fist. Now, normally I would pick fist over hands, like with trigger fingers, but for him, he's got a gun, so I'm gonna have to stick with that, even if I lose the other hands, which, now one of the great things about these is you have all these extra pieces, but the bad thing is you have all these extra pieces. Because how many people have lost all those little extra hands? I got hands for things I no longer have the toys for. I don't know what it is. You know, what would have been cool was that they put a hole in the bottom of this, and when you're not using the sword, you can stick the sword down here when he's using the gun. So, you know, when sometimes he's going to need a melee weapon, but not always. There we go. He can just carry it like that. All right, so I don't know. I like him a lot. I don't like his size, of course. I like that blue on his eyes right there. He almost looks like Blue Beetle. For some reason, that just comes to my head. I feel like I'm going to have to put both of his hands in as the gun hands for him. Or at least the right hand, since that kind of makes more sense. I don't know, though. Oh, okay. There we go. All right, so the articulation in the gun hand is this kind, which I like this a lot. I like when he has this. I like it better than the in-out hands, because it makes more sense. If you got a gun, you might have to hold it like this sometimes, if it's within really close quarters. He does have some scratches on my paint but like that when I got it out. I just haven't mentioned anything until now, because when I was looking at the pins down here, I noticed that too, that there's some white or some blue spots. That could be why it's only $5. Normally these things are what, like 25 bucks or something. Yeah, I think that hand holds the gun much better. All right. Ah, God, those legs are tight. All right. And the scabbard, well. All right, so there we go. He's got both of his hands with weapons in them. So did you guys pick this up? If you didn't, you might want to hop over to your Walmart and see if you can get him for $5. But unless you have some kind of special Prime shipping or whatever they call it on Walmart, you would have to get $35 worth of stuff to get free shipping. But then again, probably shipping for him will only double his price, which is still be cheaper than the stuff in the stores. All right, yeah, I forgot to mention ankle rockers, but you guys, you know how Marvel Legends are right now. If you don't, then this is your first Marvel Legends video. I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about them myself. I collect the smaller stuff, but occasionally my hands come into contact with one of these, because this is a $5 figure. I ain't leaving it. I do get 6-inch stuff occasionally, but it's because it's on special, like sale. All right. Now, all right, that's all I can say about it. I don't know much else I can say other than Star-Lord is cool. Thumbs up. Have a great day.